There's a couple like white ones with gold handles. There's like the brownish reddish ones with they're all they're all nice ones.
And what company are you with?
I'm with UPS. I'm just the UPS driver.
Huh. And I ordered 7 coffins.
Yes, somebody did. I don't know.
Yeah. And why is he calling? Didn't know where to put them?
Yeah, do you know where to put them? If you want
we don't want them. I didn't order any coffins.
Oh, they're coming today. I just wanted to see if you're home or see if I should leave them in the lawn or.
You're gonna put coffins in my lawn.
Yeah, I'm glad this is funny to you. I'm just trying to make a delivery.
Well, I don't know why you would think it would be appropriate to put coffins in my lawn.
Sir, can you tell that wife of yours just to shut the fuck up?
You shut the fuck up.
You're being kind of irritating, just shut the fuck up and let the men speak, okay?
Where's your supervisor?
I can transfer you to Carol. Why do you need...
Carol, we'll see if she tells me to shut the fuck up.
Sorry, what?
Go ahead and transfer me to Carol.
It's hard to hear you over your husband's guffawing.
Here, I'll tell my husband to shut the fuck up. So let me talk to Carol.
Okay, I gotta transfer you. Can you hold on 1 second?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay, just a minute, please.
All of our representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a...
Weird, she hung up. I thought there'd be a bunch more laughter from that one for playing that song, but nope. Apparently she'd had enough of me. So that was the very last number on Frankie's list. I called up his entire list of people. I think he had like 1,000 people on there, or 900. Thank you, Frankie, for all of those numbers. I've been calling off of those for...
And they pick at them. What I don't think even he realizes is, because he's stuck in the fishbowl, I don't think he realizes how quickly he's risen up in the last few years. Like, this guy has had a ridiculous career acceleration, and I think in large part due to the not casting and analysis stuff. It's the segments, it's the banter things. Some of them are even stupid ideas.
It's his characters. DeFicio became the superstar after he embraced the memes and the entertainment. His knowledge, his ability to understand and explain the game is a minimum requirement, right? So when he said to me, kiss me, and when we started doing the shenanigans, that is what expelled him from great to superstar.
I mean, I've said this a million times. It doesn't matter that I did, like, to this day, because of how many games I was casting in Korea, I firmly believe that even though I stopped casting League in 2016, I have cast more games of League of Legends than any LCS caster. Because I was doing it 5 days a week in best of threes in like 2014. So just in terms of volume. So it doesn't matter that I've cast literally thousands of games of League of Legends. No one remembers the great analysis. They remember me fucking blowing a train whistle, okay?
Yes.
Like, that is so
fucking
important.
Tickets. Get those tickets on the table.
Like, that, the entertainment factor, and Thorin's talked about this a lot too, both privately and publicly, about the entertainment factor is so crucial to this. And Vedius, like, when Vedius's like personal crisis a couple days ago, I was talking to him and I was like, dude, not everybody's going to like you if you have a personality. I said, if you are even in the conversation of comparison with these other guys who are very good casters, you are
ignoring you.
You are winning. Like, they
the
would
fact they hate you means you bring out you elicit a reaction in the video.
I told him the quote from Oscar Wilde, Picture of Dorian Gray. I said, the quote from Oscar Wilde is, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. Like, if you're irrelevant, no one's going to make that comparison. And I said, Vedius, look, you got your thing going. You can't be someone you're not. You have a very funny, like, cringy, like, sense of humor. And it really works for you. And some people just aren't going to like that. But I love it. And I really enjoy, like, your characters and Flexius, you being silly, because that's who you are.
The Vedius expanded universe, as we very lovingly call it internally, is one of the most amazing things, because I am extremely happy with Vedius and Andy, how he's grown. I was there when he joined the team, and I worked with him through, trying to come to grips with living in the shadow of DeFicio Crepo, and obviously both of them officially leaving. Vedius focused on his core skills and his core craft first, right? And from the very, very early days, didn't want to do the cringy, nerdy, uncomfortable things, right? Because of how polarizing it is. But once he'd established a foundation and a skill set and there was a comfort level, and importantly, because there was people around him that started saying, let's do these crazy things, it got to a point when spring last year, Vedius wasn't coming up with ideas for his characters anymore. The rest of the team were, right? The rest of the team were sitting there going, I've got this crazy idea. We can introduce Chefius, and you're going to speak in your Welsh accent, and you're going to do the different flex picks will mix a recipe together and blah, blah, blah. And that was kind of a huge turning point for us. It actually ended up creating a little bit of a problem for the rest of the team, because I have 9, personalities on the show across the different roles. We were all pitching so many Vedius ideas that everyone else was like, well, what about our segments, And we actually had a very legitimate discussion of going, right, we've got him there. Now Vedius is at this tier that you want everyone to be at. How do we start looking at everybody else? What else can we do to stop bringing it around? And it meant a lot to us because you can see the success, you can see the response, you can see the fan sentiment, but then the next step, again, look internally, look at the rest of the team, go, right, how do I get everybody else up there? And the more of these events you do and the more content you create, at the end of the day, you're still competing with your colleagues. Yes, we're teammates. Yes, we're working on the same show. But when we get to the finals, when we get to the call of do we go with product A or product B, you're still competing with your colleagues. And it's a very, very fine line to tread. And I can say with a high level of confidence that I've never had a healthier team in navigating those situations. We've had our ups and downs, we've had our fights. I've had my failings personally that I've had to work with and whatnot. And everybody's just going to be adult enough, responsible enough to understand that, hey, you're not going to get your way every day. Yes, you have to put yourself out there, but you're still working in that direction. Also, chat is insane. They're just loving Vedius at the moment.
Also, I'll throw this out there, because listen, I can say this, but who knows even if you agree. What I'll say is this. One thing I also hate about esports, and this is something that from doing many CSGO events over the years, was the idea that to be in a team means everyone is identically equally good, and that it's about sharing. That is a nonsense premise. We are here for one reason, to make the best broadcast we can make. Yes. And if that means, by the way, that I'm not doing that well at the moment, and my stuff's off, I haven't had time to put in, then someone else gets to have the ball. But whoever the best is, I want the best casters doing the final, I want the best talent doing the final, I want the people who are doing the worst games to be the people who need to prove themselves and need to build up their character, build up their skill set. The idea that it's like some big gang, it's like, well, give him a go. There's no give him a go. We're here to make an amazing broadcast and hopefully as well make some money. Like, we're here to actually have a business. We're not here to just share stuff out. Like, that's a nonsense concept. If anything, don't tell the people you're trash, you haven't got anything. Do what you're doing, challenge him. Say, look what he did to get to that level. Look at the way he came up with a part of his core personality. It won't be the same for you. It'll be something different. But you work on that, and then we can start talking about putting you in the show, as it were.
And if I can, on the topic of making money, one of the things that I'm actually the most stoked about, when we rebranded to LEC and we had a number of sponsorship partners coming on board, and in particular, Riot League sponsorship and partnership over the last few years has just gone through the roof. It's incredible. We again,
well, you finally got people who weren't asked to sell it. So there you go.
And we got the ability to have a huge say and influence on the adverts and the content direction, the way that it goes. Obviously, again, within reason, right? But when you look at the adverts that we create for our partners and you think of the tone, I can only imagine how difficult it must be for any marketing or salesperson to be in a boardroom and go, yes, this is the crazy shit we're going to do with your money, and fans are going to like it, and watch really old stuffy businessmen buy into it. But the proof is in the pudding. When you see our adverts and you see the fan response to adverts on our show, I honestly feel like is the strongest out of any partnerships. Like, I might say esports wide. Fans celebrate our adverts, and I never in a million years would have thought that would happen. But again, it's just it's so lucky and so fortunate that you can actually be in a position where you get to use somebody else's money to make some dumb, crazy things.
I mean, you basically nailed, by the way, with those adverts and the partnerships, in terms of making it your tone. What I basically did back in the day when I first got my sponsors for my YouTube channel, where, if people go back and watch, for the first